Shane, we're in San Francisco. You're homeless. Tell me about it.
Well, San Francisco is an interesting place. Has ups and downs for sure, like any other place, but you gotta be careful in certain areas, definitely. Otherwise, everything's pretty kind for the most part. I'd say 85% of it is good. The other 15 is a little dangerous sometimes.
What's homelessness like?
It's more houseless, actually, in my opinion. Because I've had houses and homes, and I've gotten claustrophobic after my incarcerated times. So, like, I was only able to hold a house most recently since I've been out in the last 5 years for, I think the longest I had one was 7 months before I just had to go back out and just travel. And
well, what was it? The housing? Was it?
Yeah, I get claustrophobic nowadays. Like, it just gets too tedious. Like, everything has a routine every day. Like, I'm out here. This out here, though, is more sporadic. It's, you know, you're doing the same thing kind of, but there's so many more things that happen spontaneously through each. I mean, like every other minute, every other block, something else.
Well, you have a good sense of humor. We've been walking a few blocks and had a few laughs. So you're headed to a free concert, hopefully.
It might be. Well, it is because I don't have to actually go in to listen to it because it's outdoors.
Right,
so
right.
I just have to listen.
right, exactly.
If someone wants to give me a ticket and help me through the gate, that's more awesome too. I'll totally appreciate
how many years you been out here?
Well, 19, but 12 of them I was in prison altogether.
So now when you got out,
I would say 7, then minus the 12. So
right. So then you were in prison, and then when you got out, was there any support? Or did you just go right to homelessness?
Actually, I started initially. Okay, I had a break. After 7 years, I had a break, and so I went to. I had already got established at a program in LA, the Union Rescue Mission.
I know the Union Rescue.
Okay, so they let me in. I was 9 months good on it. I was almost going to the second phase. I was walking back from the store getting hygiene and a couple food supplies. And I didn't literally even jaywalk. I mean, I was already across the street when the hands stopped flashing and turned solid red. And that's what they wrote me for, was walking against the street against a solid red hand. Well, the commissioner at that point, after my chaplain called him because I got a ticket and that was police contact, which is illegal according to the parole office, and it's up to them what they want to do about how they want to figure out whatever happened. But anyways, he booked me. He booked me for 6 months flat for jaywalking.
No, you did 6 months time for jaywalking.
Yeah, on a violation off parole, yeah.
Right, but I mean, I don't care if it's a violation off parole. It's still. I mean,
no, he booked me for 6 months.
Right, but the parole.
And I was 9 months sober and in a program and going phase 1 to phase 2 in the next month, and then kicking ass, not even smoking cigarettes or nothing, like just staying straight the whole time. And then this happened, and then they screwed me, and after that, I said, fuck them. I'm done. And when I got out every other time after that, I just ran. They brought me back, and I ran, and they brought me back, and I asked for maximum time every time I got busted just to get it over with.
Really?
So, yeah.
So you'd at times you'd rather be inside than be out here.
Well, when they're playing that kind of bullshit on me, yeah, because they're letting me out with nowhere to go, no community ties. Everything that they actually ask, like the first 3 things they ask you are, do you have a home or a family in the area? Do you have a job? Do you have an ID?
Right.
I don't have any of those 3. So what happens then? You know what I mean? Like you just get out on 3 violations automatic.
Oh my gosh.
So if the one cop wants to be an ass about it, he can fucking totally book you right there just for those 3 violations that they let you out knowing you had.
But taxpayers pay for that.
Yes, all of it.
Yeah, all of it. I mean, from right now.
I mean, honestly, like I studied a few statistics because I did a lot of studies while I was in. I learned 6 languages actually. I learned 43 college credits and became a pastor in 6 states. But
wow, what languages?
Hebrew, Latin, Sanskrit, Greek, Italian. I already knew Spanish. but learned a little bit of French.
Great.
Yeah, so I could say "Shadate Kyrie," which in Greek means "Hi, how you doing?" formally to you.
And then you're a pastor in some other states. Where were we? I forgot. You were talking about something else.
Oh, it was just about
the cost. You're doing
the cost statistically, yeah. So every day that we're being housed, they get paid. The last statistic I read was $340 a day for us to be housed. Is what they get paid by the federal government.
Okay, so the prison gets
cost. Jail, county jail, prison gets paid a little more, but we'll just say the county jails for now, right? So $340. Now, every time they move you from one bunk to another, they get paid $50 per move, from like one dorm to another, one bunk to another, $50. If they transport you from the court or to court, when they transport you, it's $75 a head, each direction.
Wow.
So altogether, like the statistics stated that $486,000 approximately per inmate per year is what they say they spend. In reality, they're only spending about $134,000 of it.
Still,
on
I mean,
us. On us.
Right, that's taxpayer money.
Right, but that's like a quarter, or maybe a third. Actually, it's probably a third of what they're actually getting in revenue.
Yeah. So, but you did your time. You come out. You're doing good. Parole violation because you're jaywalking. And you
well,
go
that
away.
was just one of them. The other ones I got sassy with. So yeah.
But you go away for 6 months at huge money. You know, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000.
Well, yeah, you figure it, $340 a day. That's $20,000 right there, approximately, just to house me. That doesn't count the food costs and the bedding costs and everything that they tax onto that price. That's why they get paid so much.
Wow. So what's your future like?
Whew. I don't know. It's been pretty bleak lately. I've lost a lot of family members in the last 2 months. And
I'm sorry.
It's been harsh. My dad, I don't know how long he's going to make it. He just had 2 heart attacks. He's just had a quadruple bypass surgery. And he's hanging in, but we haven't gotten along in so long that, I don't know. I wanted to go down there, but he told me not to even bother show up. And that sucks because he's dying and like, whatever, I guess. I don't know.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
The first wish would be that my parents were more open-minded from the beginning of my life. Like, didn't resist or hold back my talents or anything. My mom actually also has that regret on her shoulders that she always talks about, but oh no, my second wish. Kind of sucks I chose that for the first one. That was pretty selfish, actually. But my second wish would be for others in my position to have also had a different beginning, you know, that would have been more prosperous for them, or prosperous, right? I was saying how it's spelled. That's funny. My third wish, well, that all those first 2 wishes came true.
Good. Thank you very much for talking to me.
Thank you for sharing also.